Let's talk phone porting, specifically 10DLC application to person phone porting. Hi, my name is Will Craig. I am a co-founder of a company called Signal House, and we are a messaging provider that specializes in connectivity for CRM platforms, where we can power any platform that sends a message from application to person. So from a software system to a user's handset. In today's video, we're going to be digging into phone porting, what it is, how you do it, and what the drawbacks are, and the two different main types of porting, being soft porting and hard porting. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So let's talk soft porting. So each of these processes are different as far as soft porting and hard porting. Soft porting is really another way of saying SMS hosting. So this is the process by which you have calling that exists on one provider and SMS on another provider. And I want to say this again, because this is a question I get asked a lot. Can I still use Signal House, which currently offers SMS only? Now we are working on voice, and that will be coming later this year. But can I use SMS on Signal House and voice on another platform? And the answer is absolutely yes, you can. We're experts in doing that. It's called a soft port or SMS hosting. And so essentially what happens is that you purchase a phone number from a provider, you're using voice with that phone number, and then you initiate a port into your account on another provider. So for us, it would be within Signal House. So we have the ability for you to request that directly within our portal or our platform. And you are able to do all of the necessary steps as far as doing your signature, creating a letter of authorization, all of the administrative work. We do all of that for you. We generate all of that for you based on the information that you provide. We even give you the option to use your mouse to create your signature. So it's a really seamless and intuitive process. And you are able to, of course, use that phone number then for SMS on a different platform than you are using for calling. And so as far as your bill goes, your calling and the renting of the phone number will remain on the original carrier. And just the SMS is what you will have on the Signal House side. And so looking at the pros and cons for this, so the pros, it's a really simple porting process. It takes 48 hours for this to complete. And that's really the most it takes is 48 hours. You can also work with multiple providers. So you can work with someone who's really, really, really good at voice and someone who's really, really, really good at SMS. And so you can have the best of both worlds in that scenario. And your phone number is still going to work. They can call you, it's going to ring on your voice platform. They can text you, it's going to ring, or it's going to pop up within whatever platform you're using for SMS. And so what's great about this is that if you are using something like a HubSpot or a GoHighLevel or whatever the case may be, all of that is within one singular platform. So we're launching our GoHighLevel app early May. Super excited about it, as you can tell. And with this, you are going to be able to call using Lead Connector or LC Phone and do SMS through Signal House. And so that is an option that you have. Now, cons is there is a delay where voice is going to work and that third-party port for messaging is going to take place. And so again, it's a 48-hour time period where the SMS of your phone will be down. And so that is something that you need to plan for. Now let's go into hard porting. So hard porting, like it sounds, is porting the actual full number. So you're porting that entire number from wherever you purchased it from to another provider. So if it's, for example, another VoIP or a voice over IP, so like a Twilio or a Telenex or, whatever the case may be, you're moving it from that platform to another one. Or if you purchase it from Verizon and it's your cell phone number, you're moving it from there to somewhere else. And this is the number one thing that people need to understand when it comes to hard porting is that your number is moving from where it is today to a new provider. So a lot of people say, hey, Will, can I port my business number or my cell phone number rather and make that my business line? That's what everyone knows me with anyway. And the answer is yes, you can, but it turns your nice iPhone into an iPod Touch because that phone number doesn't live there anymore. It lives in the new system. And so the pros of a hard port is that once that port finalizes, it is immediate. So it's going to take a couple weeks, like 1 to 2 weeks. So it is going to take longer for the port to happen, but that port processes in the background and there is a switchover, and that switchover is a very quick switchover. So you do have less downtime with a hard port. The problem is that with the hard port, it does take longer for it to progress, and you are fully removing that number from one system and moving it to a new system. And so just very briefly, how Signal House helps facilitate porting. Again, we have our own section of our system where you can either buy a number or you can port in a phone number. So let me show you that real quick. So here we are on the Signal House dashboard. Now, if I want to port in a number, all I have to do is go to Numbers and then port a number. I can then do a new port request, fill in the information, say I just want to port over the messaging service, or I want to do a full port. I would recommend with Signal House right now doing the messaging service because we do not provide voice at the moment. We will be later on, but again, it's still in the process of being built. So today you would just want to port the messaging service. You fill out all of this information, go ahead and draw your signature below or upload a signature, and then go ahead and save that signature. And this will generate for you. Now I haven't actually put in any information here, but once you do, this will generate for you a letter of authorization. This letter of authorization is what is actually submitted to the losing carrier to request that port. And so we give you the ability to provide all of that here. We also give you the ability to preload this into a specific subgroup or other campaign, brand, etc., so that this number can be fully live in its destination whenever you port it. And so if you are using our applications, like again, our HubSpot app or our GoHighLevel app, you will see a view similar to this within the application itself. And so we already have that today in our HubSpot application where you're able to use this porting directly within there. On GoHighLevel, we'll have something very similar. And so I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this showed you a little bit of information and insight into the porting process and helped you determine which style of porting is the best for you and your business. A super high level overview. Again, soft porting or just message service porting, or as it's also known, SMS hosting, is purchasing a number and then migrating that SMS to another provider. This takes around 48 hours for it to complete, but once it does, you are able to use voice with one provider and SMS with another. There's also a full port or a hard port. That hard port takes around 1 to 2 weeks to process fully. But when it does process fully, you're able to use voice and SMS on one provider. So what's important is that if you do want to migrate your cell phone number, that you understand that if you're doing a hard port with your cell phone number, it is taking that number and moving it out of your cell phone and into another platform. So it's just something to be aware of. So anyway, I really do hope that this was helpful. If it was, give us a thumbs up. We are posting content like this 5 days per week. Subscribe to our channel so you never miss a video. And with that, I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.